When severe weather approaches, there's no substitute for Super Doppler 9.
Now, from 9 KUSA in Denver, you're watching Colorado's news leader. This is 9 News at 10.
Mr. King, did you commit these crimes?
No, I did not.
Were you involved?
Jim King tells the jury he is not guilty of the United Bank murders. Good evening, I'm Ed Sardella.
And I'm Mike Landis. This was the last day of testimony. The jury in the Jim King trial is off for the weekend, but on Monday, they are to show up with bags packed, closed for 7 days. That's when final arguments are scheduled. The jury gets the case, and then it will be sequestered at that point. Lori Harusa reports Jim King was the final witness for the defense, and he was prepared.
Jim King looked directly at the jury.
Were you involved in any way with these crimes?
No, I have never killed anyone or robbed anyone.
The defense wants to show King as a benign victim of mistaken identity. He's accused of killing 4 guards and robbing United Bank last Father's Day. Eyewitnesses testified the robber had a mustache. King shaved his shortly after Father's Day.
Why did you shave your mustache off?
Well, I'd like to say I felt like it, and really that's what happened. I had a sore on there, and it was an irritant, and sometimes I can correct them, and sometimes I'm willing to put up with the sores that I get. This time I didn't, and so I shaved my mustache.
9 News sources say King was coached in preparation for this testimony.
But why aren't you wearing your glasses now so you can see me better?
I don't really need to see you.
During cross-examination, prosecutors got King to admit he wargamed about how someone would rob the bank.
Did you mention killing the unarmed guards as a part of the scenario?
I use the term witnesses, but yes.
King was also unsure about time. What time he left to look for a chess game and what time he got back to his Golden home is crucial to his alibi.
I don't believe I said 10:20 or 10:30.
So Sergeant Hildebrandt was wrong the same way Detective Hemphill was wrong on the time.
I don't know.
King was the last witness for the defense, and then the defense rested. Then the prosecution got to call rebuttal witnesses, including Paul Yoakum, a former United Bank guard and a one-time suspect of the bank heist.
Did you kill any guards or rob the place on June 16th, 1991?
No, I didn't.
The police cleared Yoakum, and prosecutors hope the jury will too. As for King, his case goes to the jury early next week. Lori Harusa, 9 News.
Again, the closing arguments in the trial of Jim King begin Monday morning. The jury will begin the arduous and difficult task of deliberating the former Denver police officer's fate at that point.
Police in the Denver area believe they've solved a number of home burglaries with the arrest of 3 men. Joey Bueno, Marty Bueno, and Michael Stern are believed to be involved in 8 home burglaries involving hundreds of thousands of dollars in stolen property. The latest victim in Highlands Ranch managed to untie himself and call police moments after his home was burglarized. The woman from Colorado who has repeatedly shown up at David Letterman's house says she won't go there again. Of course, she won't have a choice for a few months. Margaret Ray of Crawford has been sentenced to 6 months in prison for trespassing. She went to Letterman's house in Connecticut uninvited on May 11th. She's been arrested there 7 times before.
Adams County Sheriff's officers raided the Ladies' Choice nightclub at 72nd and Pecos tonight. It's a strip joint, a male strip joint. Christina Mendonça is there now. Why the raid?
Well, Adams County has been hitting these types of places hard lately. Within the last couple of months, they've shut down 2 male strip clubs on liquor violations. We don't know yet why they're inside this club, why they raided this club. However, through the window, I could see young men holding up numbers, and the officers were taking pictures of them. By the way they were dressed, I would assume that these gentlemen are dancers at the club. They shut down the club about a couple of hours ago, and I know that because we talked to a few of the female patrons that were at the door, and when they came to the door tonight to the club, they were told that the club would be closed down for a while. Again, we won't know until they tell us why they're inside, but the mood seems to be very light. Some of the officers are laughing and talking with the dancers, so we won't know until they let us know. Mike?
Looks like those are some of the dancers over your shoulder there, are they?
Yep, looks like a couple of them were holding up numbers and they were having their pictures taken. But we won't know what they had their pictures taken for or what the officers are doing in there until they let us know.
Thanks very much. Christina Mendonça at a male strip joint in Adams County.
Coming up, London tabloids claim Princess Di tried to commit suicide.
getting ready for one of the biggest events of the season, the People's Fair.
An update on a wild weather day over Colorado and a look at the weekend forecast.
Now, the Bulls and Blazers went to overtime tonight, and we'll show you some of the semifinal match of the French Open tennis tournament. Jim Courier against Andre Agassi. All that coming up.
The creators of the award-winning Mitsubishi 3000 GT proudly present the stunning Mitsubishi Eclipse for 1992. Nothing livens up a family like a little sibling rivalry. The Eclipse from Mitsubishi. The word is getting around.
You guys want to ride?
Is this thing yours?
Yep. For another 55 minutes it is.
Hey, which of these two premium beers do you genuinely prefer?
This beer right here is much better.
This is Miller Genuine Draft, and here's Coors Extra Gold Draft.
Oh my God, I don't believe it.
57% of premium beer drinkers preferred Coors Extra Gold in a taste test.
I guess I'm one of them.
Want to know something else?
Hit me.
Coors Extra Gold was a 2-time winner at the Great American Beer Festival.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Slow brewed for that real beer flavor and color, the way beer was meant to be, which may be why it's taste.
Blow the mill out of the water.
Coors Extra Gold. If you're missing real taste, beer is back.
I'm definitely gonna get into the gold.
What is uncertainty? Uncertainty is a scientific principle first proposed by Werner Heisenberg in 1927, which proves that we cannot know both the position and velocity of a particle at a given moment. Uncertainty is a new comedy in which Heisenberg, Albert Einstein, and assorted others meet and discuss physics, love, music, Bauhaus architecture, and the mystery plaguing their hotel. Uncertainty at the Denver Center Theater Company, a comedy about what happens when things fall apart. Call 893-4100 or Ticketmaster.
The British tabloids are saying Princess Diana tried to overdose on over-the-counter painkillers 6 years ago. It could merely be a case of publicity overkill. Rival tabloids in London are promoting 2 unauthorized biographies about Princess Di. One book says she took the pills when she was depressed about her marriage to Prince Charles and thought her children loved their nanny more than her. The other book claims to have personal pictures and the real story of the royal family. Buckingham Palace refuses to comment.
It's not official, but it sure looks like former Boulder County Commissioner Josie Heath will be on the primary ballot in Colorado for U.S. Senate. She arrived at the Secretary of State's office this afternoon with more than 23,000 signed petitions to get on the primary ballot. She needs 10,000 valid signatures. She didn't get the delegate support she needed at the state Democratic convention last week, but if the petitions are approved, she will get on the ballot anyway. She'd be running against Ben Nighthorse Campbell and Dick Lamb for the Democratic spot for U.S. Senate.
Tiny Tim has decided to get into politics. He's going to be the running mate of comedian Pat Paulsen, who has run for president almost as many times as Harold Stassen. Tiny Tim's biggest fame came on The Tonight Show in 1969, when he married Miss Vicky and they tiptoed through the tulips together. He was on Good Afternoon Colorado today to promote an appearance in Denver tomorrow. Next month, he'll go on the road with the Paulsen for President campaign.
Well, I have no idea what he's going to do or what I'm going to do. He's more the head of the show, but I think I'll be singing a few songs. I certainly hope he lets me sing Hail to the Chief of our beloved nation. Who knows?
Tiny Tim and Pat Paulsen go on the road together next month for 3 months.
Some residents of the West Slope are wondering just where the rainbow is going to decide to go next week. Now, this rainbow isn't the meteorological kind. It's a sort of hippie family that's been holding love fests each summer for the past 2 decades. And this year's is set for somewhere on the West Slope of Colorado. Early arrivals camping near Gunnison say they've narrowed the site for their spiritual celebration down to one of 2 places. They'll need lots of space.
If the meadow and the place we gather's right, we could hit the 100,000 during the peak period.
For the most part, the local residents we talked to said as long as the rainbows behave themselves, they don't object. The first rainbow gathering was 20 years ago here in Colorado near Granby. This year's site will be announced early next week.
And coming up, a 15-year-old is hurt because of a lightning strike.
And the anniversary of a black day on the Eastern Plains. That's coming up.
There's more than one way to have 100 years worth of fun. You could go to a birthday party with 52-year-olds. Or you could go to Elitch's. Elitch Gardens. It's 100 years worth of fun.
Okay, kids, who wants ice cream?
Right now, look for specially marked Pepsi cans and get $2.50 off an adult unlimited ride pass.
Let's go. To avoid salesmen, some people shop after car dealers are closed.
Did you hear that?
Or so they thought.
That's my sale.
Customers on the lot. Customers on the lot.
At Courtesy Ford Isuzu, pick up a Just Looking button and browse around. You'll find our discounted prices clearly posted on the windows of every car and truck in stock. There are car dealers, and there's Courtesy Ford Isuzu, your good friend dealer.
The KG Men's Store entire stock suit sale, $129.99 to $199.99, none higher. KG Men's Store. Great suits don't have to be expensive.
For a brief moment in time, a truly significant furniture sale will take place. A sale of sales at Casey. Denver's most fashionable selection at deep discounts, everything in stock included, with no monthly payments or finance charges for a full year until June 1993. Or use cash and take an extra 10% off sale of sales prices. This week, the sale of sales at Casey Fine Furniture is the only place to be.
There's magic to behold at the Capitol Hill People's Fair, June 6th and 7th at Civic Center Park.
A 15-year-old from Commerce City is in fair condition tonight after a lightning strike near him late this morning. Police say Tobias Tensley was in front of his house on 68th Avenue when lightning struck about 11:30. Now, it apparently didn't hit him, but he hit the ground hard enough to knock out a couple of teeth. He's recovering at University Hospital tonight.
We had a lot of lightning and rain today, but it all moved out quite quickly. The clouds over Stapleton looked very threatening about midday, but they only produced a little bit of lightning. In Arvada, near I-70 in Wadsworth, the rain was heavy for a short time, but then moved out of the area in a hurry. And there were tornado warnings near Pueblo and in eastern Colorado, and anytime that happens, it makes people who live in Lyman extremely dangerous. It was 2 years ago tomorrow that a tornado ripped through Lyman, destroying homes, businesses, and city buildings. Today, Lyman has a new city hall, the stores and shops have been rebuilt, and they have big plans for expansion. But the people of Lyman have vivid memories.
Everybody was kind of just walking around in a daze, in a way, trying to pick up the pieces. Where do I go now? What do I do, you know? I can feel.
Many of the people in Lyman have kept photo albums to document the destruction. Now they say they look twice at suspicious clouds, and they're thankful when the tornado warnings are lifted.
Fair weather for the Capitol Hill People's Fair would be nice, but organizers say rain or shine, the fair will start tomorrow. Workers put up tents this afternoon. Others jumped right into the fun. More than 250,000 people visit the Capitol Hill's People's Fair each year. Earlier today, rain threatened a washout, but organizers say they will not postpone the event.
Well, of course, I hope for perfectly wonderful weather, but whatever we have, we will have. So we will have the fair this weekend, and we're looking forward to some nice weather, and if it sprinkles a bit, we'll deal with it.
Because of the huge turnout in past years, the organizers are asking that fairgoers leave their dogs at home and that maybe they ride a bike instead of drive there. Now, the People's Fair starts at 10 tomorrow morning. It goes to 7 at night. On Sunday, it will run from 10 until 6 in the evening.
The new look Arvada Center Amphitheater is making its comeback this weekend and defying the weather. It has a brand new roof and brand new seats under it, 600 of them, with seating for 600 more on the grass. They were rehearsing for Peter Pan today. That comes later. The big reopening event is tomorrow night, featuring the Colorado Symphony, the Colorado Ballet, Opera Colorado, and the Central City Opera.
You can put away the suntan lotion for tomorrow anyway. Mike Nelson will have the forecast next.
It's your best time to save.
It's Weberg Furniture's Best Buys sale.
Save on hundreds of our best-selling items.
Then take advantage of our best financing offer.
No payments for 6 months.
No interest for 6 months.
And no money down.
It's Weberg's Best Buys sale.
Fantastic discounts on living rooms, bedrooms, and dining rooms.
Incredible markdowns on recliners, entertainment centers, even mattresses.
And new furniture costs you nothing for 6 full months.
It's your best time to save.
It's Weberg Furniture's Best Buy sale.
This weekend.
Hold on, Denver. The storm sale is here. Geostorm, America's most exciting import, on sale now at Ed Bozart Chevrolet Geo. More than 60 storms to choose from. Front-wheel drive, multi-port fuel injection, 4-wheel independent suspension, driver's side airbag. Right now, enjoy special summer savings as low as $89.88. Hurry in, Denver. The Geostorm sale won't last long. Ed Bozart Chevrolet Geo, 2001, South Havana in Aurora.
We've got a bit of an edge with the driver we have. We've got the best driver out there. Al and I stay in constant communication during the race. I have to be aware of what he wants or needs, you know, at all times. I think the small details are is what makes the difference between winning and running second.
Caesars Automotive, Master Tech Auto Service, Performance Plus Auto Care.
With U.S. West Cellular, what you're really buying is time.
I need more company time.
I need more family time.
Bob, more time. On the double.
Between the hospital and the clinic, I'm running out of time.
Take 2 of these and call us in the morning.
Oh, thanks.
Got 5 projects, 9 more cruise permits to file.
In fact, of all the business tools that can help you buy more time, this one's the biggest.
Everything is for you. Thank you.
U.S. West Cellular, making the most of your time.
Mike Nelson's forecast has the seal of approval of the American Meteorological Society.
Well, I watched you earn your check today, buddy. You were running all over the place.
Oh, indeed. I think I wore out a pair of shoes this afternoon.
Yes.
But things have quieted down now. But let's take a look back at what we had today. Starting early this morning, my colleague Nick Carter getting into the act at 7 in the morning with 60-mile-per-hour winds reported near Fort Collins. Then we had the lightning and the hail around Commerce City around noon. And then the tornadoes kicked in after that. Fortunately, the only damage reported across eastern Colorado was one farmhouse that was slightly damaged by a tornado. So that was good news. Surprisingly, with all of that thunder and lightning and storms, not that much rain with the exception of Goodland, which really picked up a downpour at over 1.5 inches of rain. Speaking of rain, let's look at live Super Doppler 9 radar. We still have some scattered light rain showers in the area, and they're going to be with us off and on through the early portion of tonight and give way to just some drizzle and light fog by morning. So stepping out into the backyard, might just want to keep Umbrella 9 handy, although there's no sprinkles coming down right now. Well, maybe just a bit. We'll keep an eye on it. Here's what it looked like on time-lapse late this afternoon. Some dark, ominous skies behind the cool front. We still had enough disturbances in the upper atmosphere to kick off some scattered showers and bring us some rather scary-looking clouds from time to time, but there was no severe weather threat in the Denver area this evening. The high temperature for today managed to climb to 76. 54 is where we started this morning. The normal 78 and 50. Record high 95 in 1946. Right now, under cloudy skies, 57 degrees, 55% humidity. The barometer's on the rise, and the winds are out of the north at 9 miles per hour. Here's what happened today. High temperatures across the state. Pretty mild, especially out west. 85 degrees at Grand Junction, 87 at Lamar. But notice Cheyenne only at 61. We had a cool front pushed down across the state. That's what sparked the thunderstorm activity out ahead of it. And now we're getting some of that upslope wind coming in behind it. It's going to bring us some occasional light drizzle tonight and some patchy fog for early tomorrow morning. Satellite view showed the approach of that storm system today. You can watch the clouds throughout the early morning hours as they move through Colorado and then really blow up into a big squall line over Kansas, up into Nebraska and down into Oklahoma. They still have tornado watches in those areas this evening. As a matter of fact, radar catches that front and the precipitation associated with it, really pummeling much of the central plains. It's going to continue strong all night long as it head towards the Mississippi Valley, but behind it, things will be a little bit quieter and a little bit cooler for us tomorrow. Here's what the forecast highs look like around the nation. Only 50s and 60s over the northern plains, warm 80s and 90s in the southeast, and some hot 100s again in the desert southwest. Forecast map for tomorrow shows that front holding down to the south of us. We get a little upslope in the morning, so clouds and drizzle and fog early on. I think we'll see some partly sunny skies about midday and then about a 30% chance of showers in the afternoon. Sunday, some of this hot weather tries to make a comeback, and as it does, Temperatures will be back up into the upper 70s, and I think we'll see some thunderstorms develop in the afternoon across much of central and western Colorado, and then rumble across the eastern portion of the state Sunday evening, so watch out for that. So the forecast for tomorrow, a few afternoon showers and thunderstorms, some morning clouds expected first, and the temperatures just a little bit cooler than they were today. Here's Denver's forecast for tonight. The skies will be cloudy, a little bit of drizzle and light shower activity. Expect that low at 52. Tomorrow morning clouds, a little bit of patchy fog as well. Then partly sunny at midday, a few afternoon showers redeveloping. High temperatures cool only about 70. Looking ahead to Sunday, warming up with afternoon, evening thunderstorms and 78. About the same story for Monday, and then sunny to partly cloudy skies for Tuesday and Wednesday, drying out a little bit with highs expected to be in the lower 80s. A lot of big weekend plans. I hope that you can dance between the raindrops a little bit and still enjoy your weekend fun. Mike and Ed? All right, we'll keep the running shoes on just so we can dance around those drops. Yes, thank you, sir. Okay.
And speaking of dancing, there's a strip joint out in Adams County at 72nd and Pecos where there was a raid tonight, a male strip joint, and Christina Medanza's out there. Have you found out some more about what they raided it for, or why they raided it?
Yes, we did. Officers came out here just moments ago and told us that the owner of this club has been cited for operating a nude entertainment establishment within 500 feet of a residence. They've been investigating this place for the past couple of months. Apparently, this place used to be a women's strip joint, and the officers got an injunction against it. They have reason to believe that the same owner or someone that has a connection with the owner opened up this place under a new name in violation of that injunction. They also said that there were numerous, under their investigation, they found out there were numerous acts of obscenity and nudity going on here, and that's another reason why they raided it tonight. As for this place being closed down permanently, we don't know about that yet. They're going to go to court on Monday about it, and the officers are going to go to the DA's office and talk about a violation of the injunction. So for right now, Ladies' Choice stays open.
All right. Thanks very much. Christina Medanza in Adams County at 72nd and Pecos.
And coming up, a review of Harrison Ford's new movie, Patriot Games. Scott Patrick will tell us what he thinks about it.
Look around America, tell me what is there.
When we look around, we see people doing their part for America's quality of life. Every day, Walmart customers recycle paper, aluminum, plastic, and automotive batteries in our stores. And every day they buy more and more products with reduced packaging. It's called caring about the world we live in.
Recycle America, don't just throw it all away.
I had no idea Alaska was so far away. Coming from Tennessee, it's up there. I went there to check on a new Saturn, fix a little problem with our seat recliner. Since Robin Millage was 2,500 miles from our nearest retailer, we went to her. Didn't take long and she was back in business, and I was on my way home. I tell folks Alaska's a great place, though I recommend staying more than a day.
We couldn't make the day any longer or the distance between people any shorter. But at Cellular One, we can give you the freedom to go where you want to go and never be out of touch with the people who are most important to you. That's why Cellular One is building a new cellular network across North America. To reserve your number, call our number, 1-800-IMAGINE.
5 new printing presses, a new building, and a more colorful look for the Rocky Mountain News. The first press cranked up today at the new plant at 60th and Washington. All 5 presses are to be running by October. Each can print up to 70,000 newspapers an hour, and it makes the News able to print many, many more color pages.
Actor Harrison Ford is back on the big screen in Patriot Games, which opens in area theaters. Ford stars in the latest Tom Clancy novel to be turned into a movie, and entertainment reporter Scott Patrick was there as the games began.
Jack's back. Jack Ryan, the alter ego of writer Tom Clancy, returns to the big screen in Patriot Games, the semi-sequel to The Hunt for Red October. In Part 2, Ryan has undergone a severe facelift. Funny, his wife and kids don't seem to notice that Jack Ryan looks a lot like Harrison Ford. Ford replaces Alec Baldwin, whose Desire was a streetcar named Desire on Broadway. He dropped out, and Ford steps into Ryan's shoes. Down! Get down! Jack Ryan is at the right place at the wrong time. He breaks up a terrorist care spree, and they vow to break up his family.
I want back in.
The The retired CIA analyst is drawn back into the fray. Patriot Games is a rarity, an action film with an IQ. It is gripping entertainment on several levels. It works as a high-tech spy thriller with the suspense of a close chess game. It also works on the primal fear level, the boogeyman chasing your family. That will remind viewers of the fear in Cape Fear. Harrison Ford again shows why he's the best everyman of our time. With the slightest movement, he's able to show confusion, vulnerability, honesty, and of course, strength. Action ground is familiar ground for Ford, and few actors work it better. After watching Patriot Games, I couldn't see how Alec Baldwin could have pulled off this film. After watching Patriot Games, I can't picture anyone but Harrison Ford in the role of Jack Ryan. I look forward to seeing Baldwin in other movies, and I can't wait to see Harrison Ford in the next Clancy film, Clear and Present Danger. $6 for Patriot Games. It's worth $6, and that's getting your movie's worth. Scott Patrick, 9 News.
Well, the newspapers this morning certainly didn't agree, so we'll have to go see it for ourselves and make our own judgment. That's right. Mike Nolan is here for Ron Zappolo. Game 2 was quite a bit different.
I'll tell you what, the Trailblazers showed some intestinal fortitude tonight. A great victory in Chicago. We'll show you highlights coming up.
How am I doing, honey? Brilliant straight, Mom.
Because Albertsons has rock-bottom prices on every item, every day,
I said straight, Mom.
your family food budget tends to buy just a little more.
Perfect.
Albertsons, it's your store.
You can experience a revolutionary way to buy a new car. The low final sales price is clearly displayed on every car at Suss Pontiac GMC Truck, home of bottom line pricing.
Meet the guy who's got your Friday night covered.
Hi.
That's right, Arsenio Hall, kicking it hard with those two British guys who are too sexy for their own good, right said Fred, along with LA Law's very sexy and very controversial Amanda Donahoe.
Oh, boy.
And from the Charlotte Hornets, basketball big shot Larry Johnson, stopping by for a little late night one-on-one. It's all Friday, folks, on Arsenio. Hey, where else?
Friday at 12:05 on Channel 9. Colorado is off to the races at Arapahoe Park. Here are today's race results. Spend a day at the races. Thoroughbred and quarter horses are tearing up the track every Thursday through Sunday until Labor Day at Arapahoe Park.
The Blazers certainly had an opportunity to fold up and just quit.
I had written my lead with 4.5 minutes left, and they were down by 10, and Drexler fouled out. I figured, oh, this one's over. I'll tell you what, just a gutsy performance tonight by Portland. The series even at the game apiece. Tremendous win for the Portland Trailblazers in overtime tonight. They beat the Bulls 115 to 104. They were down by 10. Clyde Drexler had fouled out with 4.5 minutes left in regulation. Danny Ainge came off the bench, gave them just a tremendous lift. Series even. They head to Portland now for the next 3 games. Clyde Drexler left his first game woes behind him. Here's a drive and a big jam here. He had 26 points on the night. 3-point play, 7-6 early Portland. Michael Jordan didn't have the half he had in game 1, but he still had him popping. Jumper there. Blazer lead cut to 1, 36 to 30, 35-34. He had 39. Blazers kept the Bulls at bay. Kersey from Buck Williams for the dunk, 43-37. They continued their passing on the break. Drexler to Kersey running the floor for the lay-in. Blazers led by 9 at halftime. But Chicago comes back, as you knew they would. Michael Jordan would get the 3-point play as he turns and hits the jumper right there. They led 72-70. And they'd take the last 13 of the quarter to lead 77-70, but that lead would shrink. Blazers with Danny Ainge doing the job there. Nice scoop there. 95-93 Chicago. Then down the court, Ainge, great pass to Kersey right there. Lays it in, tied at 95 all with 45 seconds left. They go to overtime, tied at 97. Ainge got 9 of his 17 in the extra period. Jumper gives Portland a 101-99 lead. Then Porter hits a big 3. They have been 0 for 12 from 3-point range at that point. Blazers go on to win at 115 to 104, and afterwards, some comments from Danny Ainge.
You know, every team, it happens to every team, you get a 10-point lead and you become a little bit more conservative. And there was a lot of time left in the game for them to get conservative, and the basket just got a little smaller, and we were able to get to the basket, make some free throws, and make it a close game.
Gets a little interesting now. There is the final score, 115 to 104. As we said, the next three are in Portland. All right, baseball, the Orioles got a run in the 8th inning to edge Toronto 1-0, move back into first place in the American League East. Rick Sutcliffe, what did the Cubs give up on this guy too soon? 8 scoreless in the innings tonight. His 8th victory of the year. He gets Brett Borders looking right there. Scoreless in the 8th inning. Cal Ripken Jr. at the plate, singles up middle off to Wayne Ward. Brady Anderson scores 1-0 the final. Baltimore back in first place. Tigers and Yankees rained out. Milwaukee beats California. Red Sox and Cleveland rained out. Canseco and Baines, 3-run homers for Oakland, and Mark McGwire hit his league-leading 21st. The White Sox are slumping. It was Kansas City over Seattle 6-4, and Texas edged Minnesota 5-4. Mets and Pirates. Game would go to the 10th inning. Boulder resident Lloyd McClendon with the game tied at 4, pinch hit single off John Franco as Jay Bell scores the winner. Pirates win it 5-4. Cardinals and the Phillies win at 7-5. Darren Dalton had 5 RBIs, 2 home runs tonight. Cubbies and Montreal split. Danny Jackson from Aurora Central finally got a win in the first game, first victory in almost a year. Braves and Padres are tied in the night. Cincinnati leading the Dodgers. Houston leading San Francisco. The Zephyrs on the road tonight, losing in Indy. And the end of an era, Ron Frazier, after 30 years at the University of Miami, out of baseball. His team loses in the semifinals. Cal Fullerton will play Pepperdine for the championship tomorrow. Jim Courier tries to become the first American in 40 years to win back-to-back championships as he faces Peter Korda on Sunday in the French Open. Korda beat Henri Leconte in his semifinal match today. The long-awaited Courier-Agassi rematch of the championship a year ago. Boy, was a dud today. It was all Courier. He won in straight sets, 6-3, 6-2, 6-2. Earlier in the week, Agassi had said Courier's game was built on hard work, didn't have a lot of natural talent. Courier made him eat those words today. The New Jersey Devils had their best record ever under this man, Tommy McVie, this past year, but he's out, replaced by Herb Brooks today, who is known for coaching the USA to the gold of the 1980 games at Lake Placid. Brooks coaching in the minors, has been in the National Hockey League before this with the North Stars and Rangers. Again, the Bulls lose to Portland tonight. You recall I picked the Bulls to win big tonight in Game 2. I'll take credit for that win.
So are they keeping track of McGuire's pace in comparison
They haven't
to
yet,
Babe
but
Ruth?
that should come out any day. So many home runs. He's well ahead of it right now.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Thanks, guys. A down day on Wall Street today. The Dow Jones Industrials closed down just over a point. Trading was heavy. For the week, the Dow closed up nearly 2 points.
Whatever it takes.
We are overstocked, so save store-wide 30 to 65% off your favorite brands for the whole family. Take 35 to 70% off our huge selection of furniture. Plus, take $5 to $250 off the hottest brands in electronics and appliances. And on top of that, get instant discounts on all furniture, all appliances, and these electronics even on sale prices.
Whatever it takes, Montgomery Ward.
Rescue me. I'm burning hot. Rescue me. My air is really shot. Can't you see I'm on fire?
Get help in a hurry. Call a day and night dealer to the rescue. Our quiet 2-speed plus air conditioner has a lower speed to help lower your energy bill. And only your day and night dealer has it. So call Day and Night to the rescue.
Call out day and night and rescue me. Rescue me.
From the sewers of Gotham, a new villain emerges. From the rooftops, the perfect enemy comes to life.
I am
And the only one who can save this city is a creature of the night. Michael Keaton. What do you want? Danny DeVito. You don't really think you'll win, do you? Michelle Pfeiffer. Batman Returns, June 19th. Directed by Tim Burton, rated PG-13.
A little rain in our forecast future overnight tonight. Live Super Doppler 9 showing scattered rain showers moving into the Denver area. Nothing heavy, but you'll hear some rain on the roof tonight. Mike?
Hope it clears up by tomorrow. The Rockies tryout camp, 8 a.m. at Denver University. 17 to 22 is the age limit. Bring ID and your own equipment. Gentlemen?
On Nightline, the LA riots 1 month later. That's at 11:35.
Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. Good night. Good night.
Tune to Cool 105 for Mike Nelson's forecast tomorrow morning on your way to work.